I presume that we're on. Is it... Sorry about those faulty videoing here, but
What
just
are you
checking.
doing?
I'm just checking that it looks cold enough today, that's all. Can you just move those along a little bit while I film? Thank you. Have to just make yourself enough room to get in amongst the ice, that's all, but... okay.
I've had enough.
Okay. Well, baby, when you're ready, if you wanna hop in.
Oh, your clock.
I'll do the clock. I'll get the clock.
You get the clock? I don't really care about the clock. It's clock either way. Oh.
Get these few bits of ice off you there. Get one behind your shoulder there.
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm just...
He always
want to be comfortable.
fusses.
Just want you to be
Always
comfortable.
fussing.
I want you to be comfortable in the ice bath, if that's not a paradox.
Isn't it nice when your husband, well, my boyfriend of 31 years, 30 years?
No, it'll be 30. We're in the 30th. It'll
We're
be
in the
30 complete
30th.
later in the year. Don't exaggerate.
One of our best friends of 30 years, probably 27 years, just asked us whether we've lost our mind, and I think has every right to ask whether we've lost our minds, because I certainly feel like maybe we just have. Okay, interview ready, action.
Okay. Well, welcome to another episode of Conversations from an Ice Bath.
Welcome.
And at this point, we have no idea what we're going to talk about today.
No.
But we'll see how we go.
This is ad lib.
So, my beautiful, do you have anything pertinent or whatever that relevant from today or yesterday or any day, whatever? Do you have something you want to say today before I might start asking you hard questions?
I think ask me some questions, because so much to say that I have no idea where to start. Oh my gosh, he's got a piece of paper.
No, this is something I saw today, and I'm gonna maybe, if I feel up to it today, I might talk about this a little bit as well. But I just want to see what your initial reaction is to something I saw today on social media, and I've gone and done a search, not extensively, so I can't, absolutely verify this, but European Court backs mandatory vaccinations for children.
What?
April the 8th, 2021. This is from, I saw it on social media, but I then went to a site
I'm trying
called
not to frown.
an NPR or whatever, which seems to be like an independent news source, whatever. But so the brief on that is that European countries can legally require childhood vaccinations, the European Court of Human Rights ruled on Thursday. The decision
Human
covers
rights.
preschool vaccinations for children, but it could also have an impact on the EU's battle to control COVID-19 pandemic. Bear in mind, this court case, from a little bit I've read, was before the COVID, whatever you want to call the last 12 months. So who knows what that then implies for COVID-19 vaccines. But what's your initial thoughts on that as an apparent
So
story?
children what age?
Preschool, because the article talks about the fact that
Without the parents' consent?
no, just requiring.
Oh, just requiring.
Yeah.
Right.
But so I can. Yeah, I'd just be interested in hearing your initial thoughts on what
Well,
that. And,
my initial thought is beep, fuck themselves. Oh, sorry, still said that word.
Yeah, the beep. The
Sorry,
beep's
the
instead
beep
of.
is instead of.
Okay.
Beep yourselves. Yeah. I think that's got to be a decision of the parent, first of all, because as much as everyone would like to think that the great, wonderful governments are here to save us and help us, that's not the case when it comes to, certainly not what I've seen, where, adults and parents are working with a mop-up of things that didn't go quite right. So it absolutely has to be with the parents' consent.
Just coming up on 4 minutes, maybe, so you know.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
so, but the
That's
interesting
first.
thing which I'd like to maybe talk about today or another day around that is that the justification, according to this article, is in a democratic society, necessary in a democratic society. And that's a really interesting thing for us to look at and talk about. The Human Rights Court agreed that vaccine obligations place a burden on an individual, but it added that the societal benefits outweigh that burden.
Oh, does it? Does it
So,
now? Right.
Anyway, so you're not a fan, is what you're saying. You're not a fan of that ruling.
Absolutely not a fan, especially because I know who's going to be up with a child that hasn't done very well with the vaccine. I know there's the parents and the hardship. I mean, it's Russian roulette. Your kid might be okay, I think. I don't know. I think it's experimental, so I think we should leave the kids out first.
So, but we're not talking about the COVID vaccine. This was measles, mumps, rubella.
Okay, so now that's even
etc.
It doesn't matter now whether the
No,
parent is
that's what this case was about.
Oh.
Was whether interesting topic, eh?
No, and apparently there's been a few cases in the States that, and certainly one that's been talked about where there's been a parents divorcing and there was some sort of automatic ruling that the person who's willing to vaccinate is going to be the one who gets the child.
Yeah, wow, that's
It's
again,
interesting,
Mr. Verifier over here has not verified that piece of information, but similarly I saw something I think again it was on social media, and I say this not tongue-in-cheek, like we literally do think it's important to try and verify anything you're seeing, whether it's from
and I make mistakes
or
with
whether
that.
it's
I do,
whether it's from social media, but we're all trying to do our best in that regard. But I saw another thing which was about that the big volcano, where was that just recently, and the people that were getting evacuated were the vaccinated ones.
Okay.
But
Where's the Nazi
really.
star?
Hang on.
I think Bunnings and the Nazi star is a
I've got
good idea.
anyway, we'll research that a bit more and find out what that was about. But
the Bunnings. Hey Tim, do you know about the Bunnings one?
No, the Bunnings one. You're at.
Do you know that if you're
I'm just
allowed to walk in, and if you have an exemption from mask,
6.5 minutes now, baby. So
I
you're aware.
get your stuff. How many? This is what I have a problem with. Bunnings, you and your stars that you're giving out for those that have mask exemption, but you get a star so you can freely walk around inside your store. Really? Star? Could you have thought of anything else? Like,
Smiley face?
how dumb are you?
What about a smiley face?
You know when you talk about like clever marketing, that is like insulting, A, B, childish, C, outright discrimination. I don't need to have a star to say I can't wear a mask. Sorry. Oh my God.
Well, I can't, but I wouldn't anyway, even if I could.
I wouldn't either, but
you know,
some people aren't
as
confrontational
that whole,
as us.
Yeah, I know, but we got a real reason, you know.
Yeah.
Like that one time in band camp, band
camp.
No, hey, but this is not a topic that we can bring up in this sort of forum, okay?
No.
But suffice to say that neither of us, since that rather what's the word? Controversial. I don't know, but whatever went on in that one time in band camp means that we can no longer psychologically wear a mask. It just yeah. So anyway, but that's another thing. But baby, I don't know. You're getting a bit chilly in there.
I don't know.
Or,
how many minutes is it now?
You're at 8.
Can you fix my hair?
On the clock.
It's falling down.
I'll try. But, no, it's fine. I mean, it looks beautiful. But what are you trying to say to me? I don't know what to do with this. Like,
no,
I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy to ask.
Okay. He doesn't have hair
you're
anymore.
at 8 minutes 20. So whenever you'd like to, excuse me, camera.
So here's another thing I want to tell you guys about us. When Tim and I met, we only had one agreement. If I lost my boobs or if he lost his hair, we were going to split up. It was a very shallow relationship. And he lost his hair, and sometimes I lost my boobs after breastfeeding, but we're still together.
Just goes to show.
You just never know.
Yeah, not quite as shallow as
Some.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Hey, all right.
Bye. I'm going to focus now. Love you guys.
Yeah, take a moment to do some breathing and just enjoy. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, I'm still rolling.
is this where I quickly exit and like, quick?
Well, I don't know. We'll put a vote out there about who wants to see Csilla exit the ice bath in her swimwear after 9.5 minutes.
Really been that long? This is really helping me actually do these ice baths even longer.
Surprisingly, another forum where you can talk. Anyway.
Non-stop. Bye.